Hey everyone, it's your girl Maddie here, aka Beaver Mosh, and today I'm talking to you about this new self-titled release from the Sweden-based band Naturvidrig, and this is being put out by Our Ancient Future. And here Naturvidrig punches through a black metal record that really hits at a varied amount of appeals, from aggression to icy atmosphere to even triumphant melody. And it takes you to these various peaks in a very compelling sequence. The production here just sings. The guitar tone is great, the vocals are so dramatic, and the drums just really snap here. There's lots of fantastic musicianship to be experienced here, and just a great dynamic understanding. The album hits highs, it hits lows, and thrills in its varied emotion. And although this is a debut full length, it feels fully realized and matured. Part of that is that their initial EP did come out 7 years ago, so it feels like there has been some time to really chisel this one out. On Naturvidrig, the opening track, sawing, frigid strums begin to crawl the song in, and you're immediately hit with this hallucinatory atmosphere that the band will be able to maintain throughout the record. And the vocals hit this rough snarl that you can immediately feel the resignation and futility in, and you get these faint, desperate chants kind of backing them up at times. The music has this real muscular and sharp sheen, definitely focusing on the riffs and this grim harshness. And the percussion here is very dramatic in how it's played, really emphasizing each crash hit and making it feel like a big moment. However, Livet's Catastrophe builds up the speed with the drummer hitting the gas on the double bass and the blast beats in a really satisfying way. And there's this kind of swinging rhythm throughout the track that you don't really hear often at all in black metal. There's this real tangible haze shining through, a lot due to the pulsating and fantastically chilling guitar tone. It just sounds so good, and it's blended with these falling tremolos for a really intoxicating affair. Shalin's Skymean comes through with a ferocious energy, so much speed and aggression, but with also a lot of melancholy and emotion attached to it. You can feel the guitars begin to take on more of a melodic bent in a very solemn way. It's dark but moving as well, and these reverb heavy buzzing licks are there just to meditate on. When they come in, you can't really resist their charm. Whereas in comparison, Dit Use It Inte Nair offers up something so much more smoky and sinister, really amping up the aggression here. And I just really admire how the band is able to evolve this record with subtle diversity in between tracks while still feeling very cohesive. The vocalist presents this real irreverent snarl on certain measures while also throwing in these sickening, throaty screams. There's a lot of theatrics going on here with the vocals. On Vidrig Natur, you get some snapping, chaotic percussion and some menacing, racing guitars. The band has this ability to masterfully weave in between heightened aggression and harshness, while also at times revolving into more of an icy and reflective atmosphere. They do that really well. Somniferum begins introducing these open, sparse, and hypnotic passages with these haunting, ringing tremolos weaving in over each other to produce these dense harmonies, resulting in a lot of texture and air for you just to sit in and feel. The vocals, again, I just gotta keep praising them for just how flexible they are, shifting through so many different tonalities and deliveries to match whatever the rest of the music is doing. Very performative in the best way possible. We get Envald Understoft, and okay, I adore this intro. These haunting, dissonant strums come in a kind of cagey way, and they're met with these snaking tom runs. It's a fantastically rhythmic section here. Just a unique texture, and even as this track speeds up, those motifs are returned to as kind of the centerpiece of the track. And with that dissonance that I talked about earlier, that doesn't go away, but still the track feels epic in a way. They make pure ugliness feel grand. Well done. The echo effect on the guitar that's used throughout the record plays a very prominent role on Victima, makes it feel ghostly, like it's actually being trailed by some spirit. That's the sense I'm hearing and I'm feeling. And on this track, you get these vampiric pick throughs. It's so satisfyingly eerie and bleak. Combatant is when the album really starts to take on that melodic sense with these sobering guitar licks. And I just love how the band saves some of the more intentionally big sounding cuts for the end as kind of this climax to be led into. I like how the vocals here kind of follow the rest of the instruments, both melodically and rhythmically. And the rhythmic section also comes through with these even and violent stabs, add such a demanding physicality to the music. Vid Titans Portrait Horn is one of the most evocative and purely emotionally rich cuts on the record, and the band has such an interesting sense of melody. The melodies the band incorporates are definitely not generic. No, very unique and very fascinating to try to follow along with. The vocals are so impassioned and broken. The guitar work here is spellbinding, and the drums fly around with vigor. I'm a sucker for the cinematics. Slow clap. Ak Vormen du Skåne has this gorgeous, haunting piano intro. It's kind of romantic and cold, but also foreboding, and in a way where you can feel the monstrous guitars slowly coming in from behind till they hit, and it's a crazy contrast that gives me goosebumps. What started as the softest track on the record quickly became its most vicious and just purely fucking epic. These thick, battle-tested guitars and these half screeches, half ancient chant things that the vocals are doing just works for me. The band is really selling the setting that they are trying to paint. I think this track, well done in using this as the conclusion. It was the perfect track to end the record on. Really communicates the overall themes that I think the band wanted you to pick up on. This is a black metal record that finds that perfect center point between emotive textures and sinister aggression. It's a black metal record that can be very cinematic without being overwrought. It's just really well performed. And the record just sounds great, and I love how the band is able to incorporate these awesome melodies while still feeling harsh and wicked and super aggressive. I think there's a lot to pick apart and enjoy about this record. And I'm very excited to see how the band follows this up. And hey, you got my thoughts here. If you like this video, consider hitting the like button. It'd mean a lot to me if you'd consider subscribing, leave a comment. I really enjoy getting to engage with those. I have a Twitter you can follow. The link to that is in the bio of this YouTube channel. Hey, keep it metal. You should do that. You should keep it metal. My name is Maddie, aka Beavermosh, and I'm signing off.